If you subscribe to me, I will subscribe to you. I'm trying to hit at least 20 would be nice, but
about this blah blah blah, and then be like blah blah blah.
Oh my god, that Billy! I want to thank you guys. I am now a YouTube partner.
I have a pretty cool shed actually. It would be so cool if it was my office, but that's just not gonna happen.
Welcome back to another Pimp My Shed. Hey, we did the first ever Pimp My setup in here.
On this episode of Pimp My Setup, we're going to be talking about your setups you submitted for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. So if you're interested in...
Oh no.
Yeah, I know that video you just watched was definitely odd and it didn't really make sense, but I wanted to include some clips of me when I was younger, and believe it or not, there are so many channels out there on YouTube that have videos of young Matt, and I'm sure if you search hard enough, you will find them. I made my first YouTube account when I was 12 years old, and sadly that one has been deleted because when I was younger, I got so mad one day, I was like, you know what? No one can watch this anymore. Click! And I deleted my own account because I was an angry 12-year-old. What I'm trying to say though is I've been on YouTube for so long, and I started by watching Shay Carl, Charles Trippy, and Philip DeFranco, and those were my big inspirations, and I wanted to be like them. I went through so many different accounts, and whenever I just felt like I failed, I just gave up and I made a new account, which it's obviously not the best way to do things, but that's how I did it, and eventually I made Present Day Tech. Surprisingly, that channel did get partnered back when you had to apply, which was a big deal. I was 14, I had a partnered YouTube account, I had a banner back when people didn't even have them, and I'm sure some of you don't even remember those days. You may not have been on YouTube that long, and it's just crazy to think that I was 14, I was partnered, and I was making money, and I got like my first YouTube check, and it was so crazy to me. And of course, since I was 14 at the time, I kind of stopped. I was really lazy, and at that point I was just watching YouTube instead of being a YouTuber. So on March 4th, 2013, I believe that's the day, almost 3 years ago exactly, I made this account. So back then I actually did a live show called Swashin. That was the first thing I ever did on this channel, and I did it with 3 other people, and it was a lot of fun. And then, you know, trying to do a show with multiple people, stuff happens, and it just became more annoying than it was fun, so that stopped. Then in August 2013, I started Pimp My Setup, which is crazy because a lot of you don't know that. I have been doing Pimp My Setup for almost 3 years now. I did 57 episodes starting in August 2013, which basically ran for 57 weeks, give or take a little bit, and then in August 2014 is when it all stopped because the co-host that I had, it used to be just me and one other person every single episode. They just had some stuff where they did not want to be a part of it anymore, and it wasn't a big deal for me. I just privated every single episode, and that's kind of the story. I still have all of them on my account. They are literally just private. So the beginning of November 2014 is when you could see the first episode of what I would call season 2 of Pimp My Setup. So I did make the original setup show. I have done like 140 episodes, which is insane. So that's basically a summed up version of my YouTube history, and it's just crazy to think that I have 100,000 subscribers now, which I know in the grand scheme of things is really not a big deal at all, but for me it is, and it's something I've been working towards since I was 12 through so many different channels. And back when I was 12, having 100,000 subscribers was like having 10 million. And it's just cool to think that I finally hit something that 12-year-old Matt always wanted. Now, this isn't supposed to be an inspirational video by any means, but if you are crying by now, you need to wipe the tears away because it's about to get real. If you have a dream, keep working towards it, because honestly, you can achieve anything you want. And I know everybody says that, but seriously, look at me. I am just some random kid that hit 100,000 subscribers, and it's something I wanted since I was 12, and I did it because I never gave up, even though I had 50 different accounts and I've done so many different kinds of shows. Just keep working towards it and you will achieve it. I get so many emails from people who are younger or even older than me that already have a channel, or they want to make a channel and nobody's watching and they don't know why, and they're just frustrated and they don't want to keep going. And honestly, guys, I've been there way too often. I did 57 episodes of Pimp My Setup in the first season that nobody watched. I could not understand for the life of me why I was putting in so much work for nobody to watch. And it's so frustrating. It really is. But if you just keep going, something will happen. Back in season 1 of Pimp My Setup, Barnacles, Jerry, found me and he wanted to be on my show, and it was so crazy. And next thing you know, I'm at 4,000 subscribers. And then I started the new season of Pimp My Setup and I kept going. Next thing you know, Linus Tech Tips was on my show and I got 1,000 subscribers in one day because he gave me a shout out. And then after Linus was on, I just kept going and going, and sooner or later I started to get traction and I hit 10,000 subscribers in January of last year. And here I am now in March of 2016 at 100,000 subscribers. So guys, keep going. So there you go. That is all I wanted to say. Guys, thank you for 100,000 subscribers. Whether you've disliked every single one of my videos or you leave a comment telling me that I'm ugly or whatever it is, you've helped me. Believe it or not, every person has helped me get to where I'm at today, and I thank you for that. It really does mean a lot. So there you go, guys. Thank you for watching. I do have a lot of content coming soon, including a new series which has been on the back burner for a long time. Setup builds will return, fun stuff like that. Stay tuned, and that's gonna do it. Again, thank you for 100,000 subscribers. And with that said, don't forget, I'm Matt Philly and you're not. Get out of my face. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on a flippity floop.